Hey everybody, John here, and today it's time to talk about joints. And yes, I mean the Fusion 360 kind. If you're here, you're probably just now trying to figure out how to make assemblies in Fusion 360. Assembling, mating, and joining components using this software can be a little strange to understand at first, so what I want to do here is I want to give you 3 simple tips to help you navigate that process as you enter into it. Let's not waste any time. Tip number 1. Ground at least one component in your design. In a typical Fusion 360 design space, all of your components and bodies are allowed to move freely. So before you start trying to put all those together, it's a really good idea to take one of them and make it so that it's fixed in place and can't move, aka grounded. To do this, simply right-click on the component that you want to ground in the browser pane and select Ground. You'll know the component is grounded by the red pin next to it in the browser pane. And tip number 2, learn joint origins. Here's the basics. Joint origins define the geometry used to relate a joint's components. This little circle is a joint origin, and it's a visual representation intended to help you understand how a joint is assembled. There are a few defining characteristics of these origins, and they really deserve an entire video all to themselves. But here's the basics that I want you to take away from this video. When you select your 2 origins to join together, those little circles are going to go flat against each other. Take a look at these 2 blocks. If I select these 2 joint origins, Fusion is going to move the first joint origin I selected to be flat against the second one. And final tip number 3. Most of the time, you only need one joint. In other CAD and 3D modeling softwares, it can take multiple mates and or aligns to accomplish the same thing that one joint in Fusion 360 can do. Let's take a look at this block example again. In other softwares, I would have to mate these 2 faces, align these faces, and also align these to get one rigid pairing that can't move. In Fusion 360, I can use one single joint to accomplish the same thing. And there you have it, 3 simple tips that should help you get started learning how to use joints in Fusion 360. And remember, if you found this helpful, hit that thumbs up button for a like. Don't forget to subscribe so you get notified to all our new content coming out. And then head on over to Twitch, follow me there. We can hang out, chat, design, play games, all together live.